Hello, this is Andrew, and this is a set of Letsfit T22 true wireless stereo earbuds. As you can imagine from the name, they're wireless headphones. They are very full-featured for what you get. Bluetooth 5.0, IPX6, 4.5 hours of runtime, continuous runtime with the earbuds, 20 hours total when you count the time that you get from charging it. The battery inside each of the earbuds is 40 milliamps, so 40 milliamps, and the case here is 2600 milliamps. That's where you get that 20 hours of charge from, or runtime, I guess. It takes about an hour, or should take about an hour, to charge the headphones from depleted state to full. And then when you need to charge the whole box, it takes 6 to 7 hours. Also included is a micro USB cable, and then, if I can get them out, different ear covers, inserts. So there should be small, medium, and large included. So I've been using this Letsfit T22 true wireless headset for about 2 weeks now, and I just wanted to briefly wrap up the impressions. And in general, at a high level, I really like them. I highly rate them. There's very little that bothers me about them, and the stuff that does bother me is pretty minimal. It's all niggles. One of the things that is fantastic about this headset is the fit, because you get these different ear adapters. Maybe that's a weird way to say it, but you can personalize the fit of the headphone in your ear, and that's not possible in competitive solutions like the this AirPod. This is a one size fits all, and if your ear fits that, that's great. If it doesn't, then sound quality suffers and they tend to fall out. I happen to be one of those people where this is not quite the right size for my head or my ears, so they tend to fall out. They fall out when I run, they fall out when I bike, or when I bike on the trainer. I don't bike with them on because that's not safe. And if I happen to be eating while I'm wearing them, it's hit or miss on whether or not they fall out. And with these Letsfit T22, I haven't had an issue with any of that. They stay in. They stay in really, really well. And because of that, you get really good bass from it. That's one of the downsides of that looser fit, is that you lose some of that low frequency sound from the driver. So generally, a good mechanical fit not only gives you good bass, but it also gives you some mechanical noise blocking, which is generally a good thing. For a $40 headset, the sound quality is very good. It's important to qualify that, though, with in the $40 true wireless headset range, because it's not brilliant. Treble is a bit lacking. There's some detail missing in that register, but for $40, it's good, and especially with the bass, it more than makes up for that. I wouldn't hold that against the headset if you're shopping in that price range. Because of the good mechanical feel, you do get that talking in your head kind of feeling when you're wearing them and using the microphone. It's not unique to the T22. Actually, at least for me, all headphones with that really good mechanical seal have that same kind of "my voice sounds weird" kind of sound to them. So if that bothers you, or it doesn't bother you, just something to keep in mind. The Bluetooth range is outstanding. I can leave my phone in the basement and then walk up to the second floor, and it plays as if I'm 2 feet away. The sound quality is exactly the same, and that alone is a magnificent feature of the T22. So that's really impressive. This round section here is an action button on both the left and right earphone. On the left, if you double tap, it moves back a track. If you press and hold, it reduces the volume. And then on both, if you press and release, it plays or pauses the sound depending on what state it's in. And then on the right, the double tap moves forward a track, and then you press and hold to increase the volume. The transport controls work brilliantly, whether you're on Android or iOS. They do not work on Windows though. So just something to keep in mind if you're planning to use this with a PC. The charging case here is an external battery. It's what this USB type A port is for. You charge it there with a micro USB. I did test it out for this, but at 2600 milliamp, I'm not sure, milliamp hours, I'm not sure that I would count on it to act as an external battery, but in a pinch, it can certainly do that. The battery life on the earphones is very, very good. Letsfit quotes 4.5 hours. I got 6 in the start to drop dead testing that I did. Obviously that will degrade over time, but that's outstanding out of the box. And that kind of brings me to the niggles that I have with this headphone. Take a quick break to say thank you to Letsfit for providing the T22 wireless headset for review. This review would not have been possible had they not sent them in, so thank you, Letsfit. And the first one is that you can't turn these off unless they're in the case, which means, one, that you can't keep them in that 20 to 80% healthy battery range. If you want them to be off, you put them in and then they charge up to 100%. Which over time will degrade the battery faster than if you just kind of kept them in that 20, 25 to 80% range. And also, you can't turn them off unless they're in the case, which means that you need to bring the case everywhere you go. So if you're just out and you want to bring your headphones, that's a big thing to stick in your pocket. Whereas something like this is a small and convenient thing to stick in your pocket. I did try bringing these out without the case, and obviously you can do that, but because they don't turn off, they're always on in your pocket, draining battery. But then also, unless you turn Bluetooth off on the phone, they're connected to the phone, which means that if you accidentally push one of these buttons, it can just start playing music in your pocket. You don't get notification sounds on the phone, and that's just kind of annoying. I don't know why they do that. I wish that they didn't. I wish there was a way just to turn it off and let me roll with it in my pocket with just the headphones. That's pretty much it. I would say if you're in the market for a $40, $50 true wireless headset, it would be smart to consider these Letsfit's T22 headphones. I highly rate them. I'm really pleased with them. And there's so little wrong with them that it's hard not to recommend them. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, or you want me to test something that I didn't include, just drop that below and I will get to it as soon as I can. Cheers.